Hi, it's Mitch from Pickdawgz.com here with your free pick in the Bradley versus Cleveland State college basketball matchup on Friday, December 15, 2023. Of course, we do tons of free picks every day at Pickdawgz, but if you're looking for the games we like the best, we put those underneath the Premium Picks tab. You can use the discount code PICK to get 15% off. We also have Dime Club and Sharp Trading Plays meant for people who make big bets. If that's you, go ahead and text that number that you see on the screen. They're not available on the website, so the only way to get those is to text that number. But let's get to this one. Bradley taking on Cleveland State. Bradley 6-3 on the season. Cleveland State comes into this one at 6-5. Cleveland State's year two without Gates as their head coach, so we're not really sure what the Vikings are going to be able to do once they get into conference play. Bradley, pretty strong and a team that generally flies under the radar, but their last three games have been pretty bad, losing to Murray State, Indiana State, and Akron in order. So after starting the season 6-0, Bradley has now dropped their last three. When we look at what Cleveland State has done, they've lost three of their last four, losing to Youngstown State, getting blown out by St. Mary's, but they did cover the spread in that one because they were getting 16.5, and then losing to Kent State in a pretty decent effort. But they were getting 11.5, so they covered the spread in that. What we've seen from Cleveland State is they've covered the spread against the bad teams, but really earlier this season, the outright loss to Eastern Michigan, certainly not anything special, especially after they had beaten a better MAC team or seen as a better MAC team, Ohio, as a 1.5-point dog. Bradley, like I said, has lost their last three games. They had beaten Vermont 79-70. They had beaten Tulane by 3 in a game they were favored by 2. They even beat Utah State 72-66. These were all games they were favored in. So Bradley wasn't really a surprise when they were rolling like that. It was more of a surprise when they've lost these recent games. They were 2.5-point dog against Akron, but that followed those two losses that they had. That they were favored in both of those. Defensively, Bradley's still one of the best teams out there. Team shooting just 41.8%, a full 2 percentage points below the national average, while Cleveland State shoots below the national average by 1/100%. So not dreadful, but very much as middle of the pack as you can get. And when it comes to shooting the three, well, Cleveland State hits at 35.8%. That's solidly above the national average, but Bradley specializes in defending the three, team shooting just 30% against the Braves. Meanwhile, Bradley's offense, fairly efficient, shooting about 46%, and Cleveland State, once again, middle of the pack, but upper middle of the pack when it comes to defense. I think Cleveland State just not getting a lot of love here, and Bradley kind of on this downward turn. Maybe Bradley snaps the losing here, but I still think that Cleveland State covers the number. I'm going to take Cleveland State plus the points, and that's going to be my free pick. Of course, while you're doing your picks, putting your bets in, be sure to use our free betting tools at sportschatplace.com. They're 100% free, and they'll help put you on the most favorable bets on the board today.